business and fans, live from Denver, Colorado. It's time for the final week of the 64th season of America's favorite racing series. This is Chao Racing 2018 in 2019 with your host, Brandon Jennings. Hello, Denver, Colorado. It's time with the 8 participants in the playoffs. Are you ready? Yes, we are. And how are the fans and all? Welcome to the final week of Chao Racing 2018 in 2019. That's the time we use this week because we're now in 2019, even though it's now still the 2018 season. But we promise you we'll have our 8 participants in the 2019 playoffs, which will happen next week. So, Paul, tell us all about the final playoff rankings of the season. So, as of right now, Brandon, the superstar with the #1 seed is the Hard Chain Master F.I. Kingsley with a record of 16-8. Raymond Hero Stealing Man are tied for second best record at 15-9, followed by Glenn Melly at 14-10, Dave Miller at 5th at 13-11, and Zach Orson, Chris Renagos, and defending runner-up Hal Miller are sitting at 6, 7, and 8 seeds respectively at 12-12. And the 3 superstars who still have one last chance of making the playoffs are the defending champion Dominix, also at 12-12, along with Joe Rafferty and Buster Jumbo at 11-13. So let's see what happens here. Back to you, Brandon. Alright, this should be an exciting one. Right now, let's head over to race #1 of the men's mission. And for race #1, Brandon, we have Jason Hill, Casey Raymondson, Daniel Heaton, and the next generation superstar, Antonio Bennett. It should be an exciting one, indeed. And right now, we head over to the Emerald course. That's what we always do each and every week here on Chao Racing 2018 in 2019 this week. Let's see who's going to come on top of this race. Everyone's on clock, and good luck to the first 4 superstars. Please start the race! Alright, so there goes the first 4 participants, and it looks like Casey Raymondson is going to rest, along with #8. So he will be left behind along with #8 all the way in the back. The other 3 Chao are going to shake the palm trees to bring down that coconut-shaped fruit, and now they're going to eat the fruit. And there goes the next generation superstar, Antonio Bennett. He is going to come in on the lead up in the front. And who will get the first opening toss about final week of play? It's going to be Daniel Heaton, out here Senior's younger brother, who will get the opening toss this week. And right now, Casey Raymondson is dancing to the beat. So he'll be all alone in last place behind the pack. As Beaver's #2 in this race, we're made by #8, who wakes up for a snap, and now he gains a little bit of ground that time, and I think he pauses for sure. Right now, Antonio Bennett is going to rest, and Jason Hill is going to rest. As the next speed bus we made by Daniel Heaton, that makes his second speed bus of the race. And right now, Casey Raymondson and #8 are getting left behind in the competition on the way back. #8 was catching up a little bit, but now he drops down to last place. That means he needs a couple more speed busts if he wants to get back in this one, and this is one of them. That makes his second speed bust of the race. Right now, Daniel Heaton and #8 are alternating speed busts right now. We pass 1 minute, and Antonio Bennett has a commanding lead over Jason Hill, who is battling with Daniel Heaton for second place. As #1, who leads over the 4 Silver Chao, takes the next command SPS. Poor #8 and Casey Raymondson, meanwhile, are still way behind in the competition. One of them has to get a speed bus if we want to get back in this one. But let's head back to #1. And now he's starting to dominate over the 4 Silver Chao easily, with 3rd place, battling with Daniel Heaton. And look at that, he now moves up to 2nd place. Or is trying to move up to 2nd place, Antonio Bennett has the lead, but can anybody catch up in a hurry? We'll find out soon enough. Next PS belongs to #8. That makes his first speed bus of the race. Now trying to lead Casey Raymondson, and thus Jason Hill trying to battling number 1 for 2nd place. Daniel Heaton is right on his tail in 4th place. As number 2, well, the next command SPS, trying to get back in this one. Antonio Bennett has the lead. Someone might be able to spoil this show. Here comes number 2 and Daniel Heaton. And Daniel Heaton has made the pass from Antonio Bennett. As Casey Ramos takes the next mirrors, Daniel Heaton's going to spoil Antonio Bennett's dominating performance this week. And there you have it. Daniel Heaton holds off Antonio Bennett to win a miracle fail. What a deal. As Casey Ramos expect the closest one out with Bad Bucks Divas at number 8. Can't just forget about his face. Daniel Heaton with that miracle victory ends the season with 3 wins. Yes, Paul, he only had 2 wins prior to this week, but now he has his 5 wins to wrap up the season. What a deal. Back in the bid to not go away. So, that was an exciting race to start off our final week. That's right, that miracle comeback is truly worthy of an anything can happen moment. And right now, let's head over to race number 2. Right, Brandon. For race number 2, we have Chris Schneider of the Classic Go-Getters, Derek DePlay, Kenny Nays of the Days Brothers, and Kyle Richmond. The players are lined up and ready to go. Everyone is on the clock. And please stop the burns! Alright then. There goes the next 4 superstars pressing down the line, trying to end the season with a W on their scorecard this week. 40 crowd in the area tonight in Denver, Colorado. And right now in the 4th, I'm going to eat the fruit. And there goes Derek Play and Chris Schneider. These 2 shall be battling for the lead up in front. Kyle Richmond decided to dance with me and won the third job. So that's number 7 to be exact. And it looks like Derek Play is going to be heading for the water. And we'll soon know if it will be enough to gain some ground in the early run. As the first superstar gets beat first is Kyle Richmond, who is taking the bitches in the Cameron, trying to lead numbers 1 and 2 in the dust. And right now, number 8 is getting left behind on the competition all the way in the back, heading into the bridges. And who got speed as number 2? It's Chris Schneider, that's who. And look at that. There the players could have asked. That means Chris Schneider will have the privilege to battle with them formally up in the front. Now, Derek the player is getting tailgated by Chris Schneider as they make their way towards the sapphire portion of the course. And it looks like Chris Schneider is Grimace. So he will drop down back a couple of places as the next BS way made by number 7, who dominates over the 4th third Chao. Now he will be battling with Chris Schneider and Kenny Nays for 2nd place to come win. Kyle Richmond and numbers 1, 2, and 8 meanwhile are all getting left behind. They're in a 4-way battle for dear life all the way in the back. As we approach 1:15 of this race, I think one of them might need some help by the way. Which one will get that chance? It's Kyle Richmond. That makes his 2nd speed boost to the race. And right now, Derek the player is trying to defend the lead over Chris Schneider after Chris Schneider went to rest after taking a speed boost. Will Derek the player hold on from the lead ahead of Chris Schneider? We'll find out soon enough. Next PS belongs to Kenny Nays of the Days Brothers, who is catching up to number 7 for 3rd place. And number 8 pauses for 1. So he is going to be left behind for the 2nd time in this race. I don't think he'll get any help before he hits the wall. Yeah, he's going to be climbing up the wall first. So it's Chris Schneider who will get his 2nd speed boost of the race. Trying to get back in this one. He's tailgating Derek the play for the 2nd time in this race. Derek the play better watch out again. Chris Schneider is back on his tail again. And right now the 2 Chao making their way towards home stretch. And as Kenny Nays takes his 2nd speed boost race, it looks like Chris Schneider will be able to make the pass this time. And Chris Schneider is trying to hold off there to play for the 2nd time in this race. I do believe Chris Schneider is going to hold on for the victory this time, yeah? Chris Schneider is going to end his 2018 season with a W. As number 1 Bailey takes the next speed boost, Chris Schneider holds off there to play to win this one. That's going to be followed by Kenny Nays in 3rd place. Number 8 has no hope for surviving whatsoever. It would be appropriate if he would get speed boost, but I believe this race is going to end. Yeah, no more speed boost for this race. So Chris Schneider ends the season with a W. That's right. Look forward for future work for Chris Schneider and the rest of the classic go-getters. We'll have more exciting action after this, so stay tuned. And now, Paul, time for race number 3 of our season finale. That's right, it will feature Big Cherry Tommy Days of the Days Brothers, John Miller of the Dazzling Aces, Vince Dayson, one half of the defending tag team champions, and 2018 senior class rookie Chip Sube. Let's look at the lineup for this next race, and let's send it down to the field again. Who's going to end the season with a W, hoping to come out next season? We're about to find out right now. Best luck to the next 4 players, and let's rock this place! And John Miller is going to rest. That means Tommy, Vince, and Chip will have the opening edge. And right now it looks like another set of John is also going to rest. Number 1 to be exact. And number 8 is going to join number 1 for D-Life. Right now number 7 also pausing more when he taunts for more. And Tommy, Vince, and Chip are going to eat the fruit. And there goes Vince Days, and he is going to lean over Tommy Days in second place and Chip Sube in third place. He is free Chao making his way towards the bridges, and it looks like Tommy Days is going to try to get the attention here. As number 8 wins the winning toss, he's trying desperately to catch up in the crowd. Number 1 is dancing to the beat back in the palm trees. That means he'll be left behind in the competition for a while. Now he has a miracle comeback to do if he wants to stay alive in the game. He doesn't want to be left behind in the competition, and number 1 pauses just as I expected. As John Miller, who went the rest at the start of the race, takes Beavis number 2 in this race. Right now it is Vince Dayson who has a commanding lead over Chip Sube and Big Cherry Tommy Days. They should be able to fight for second place to come win. As number 7, who desperately needs help every now and then, takes the next command because he is catching up to John Miller for 6th place, but he's still way behind the competition. Right now though, as we pass the 1 minute mark, looks like number 1 really needs help, and I mean right now, from his fans. But it's John Miller who will get his 2nd speed boost of the race. Now try to lead number 7 us, and look at this. Vince Dayson is square outs. That means Tommy Days and Chip Sube will have to clinch the battle and then for the lead once again. And this time John Miller goes for consecutive, making his 1st speed boost of the race. Number 1 is getting all alone in last place behind the pack. Number 17, he's also left behind the competition. Which one man will get some needed help? It's number 7. So he will be pulling number 1 in the dust. Wow, when that speed boost by number 7, number 1 is now way behind the competition. He's going to need a couple of speed busts if he wants to get back in this one, and this is one of them, but I think that's all he's going to get for the entire race. Back in front, Tommy Days, Vince Dayson, and Chip Sube are battling for the lead heading into the home stretch. As John Miller will get another turn, that makes his 4th speed boost race. He keeps on going, he can't forget about going rest, but there's always next time for John Miller. Right now, Vince Dayson has made the pass from Tommy Days, and he's trying to defend the lead over Tommy Days and Chip Sube heading into the goal line. As John Miller takes his 5th speed boost of this race, back-to-back speed boost for the 2nd time in this race, but our big winner of this race is Vince Dayson over Tommy Days and Chip Sube, who will come in 2nd and 3rd places respectively. And John Miller will have to settle for 4th place. Thank you to these superstars and our fans for being with us this season. Congratulations to Vince Dayson on a job well done. Who knows? He might have enough effort to come back next season. We'll find out soon enough at the end of the show. Coming up with this more as I got you for you, but first have a look at this. Alright fans, this is a very important race for these next 4 superstars. That's my Paul, or Brandon. It's a very important race for these 4 superstars. For race number 4, we have the fastest runner of the 48 men, Joe Rafferty, along with last year's runner-up Harold Miller, our defending world champion Don Reynolds, and Chris Fanacos. All 4 Chao have worked hard to get this far towards a shot at the playoff hunt, but only one of them would achieve that goal with that spot in the 2019 playoffs. So, whoever wins this race will have a chance to become world champion in the playoffs next week, while the other 3 superstars will have to wait till next season. But I know all 4 of these superstars should be able to come back next season, no matter what happens. That's right. Right now, everyone is on clock, so without further ado, let's have a Chao race! And There goes Chao Racing busting one down the aisles, trying to quit his spot in the 2019 playoffs so that he can have a shot at capping off a Cinderella season with his running ability to win the 2019 World Championship. Right now he is going to eat food, and it looks like he is going to be dancing to the beat. That means the other free Chao will have the privilege to catch up to him in a hurry, but I think Chao Racing should be off and running out. Yeah, there goes Chao Racing. He is burning one down the aisle, heading into the bridges. And the first superstar to get speedbus this time around, it's going to be number 1, who got the opening toss. And right now he is trying to lean over the fourth of Chao. And right now number 2 is going to rest. Chao Racing quickly making his way over the bridges and leaving Don Reddings and Chris Narcos left behind in the competition. As speedbus number 2 in this race will be made by none other than number 7 over at the water in the elephant's portion of the course. He is going to lead number 8 in us. And right now number 1 pauses for a moment, so he is going to be left behind for number 2. Both number 1 and number 2 are getting left behind in the competition all the way in the back. We are passing the 1 minute mark of this race, and it will be number 2 who will get a chance to stay alive in the game when the next commands BUS. Meanwhile, Chao Racing has a commanding lead over Chris Monagos and Don Reddings, who are battling for second to come win. Chao Racing trying to make a statement here. Remember that this is a spot for the playoffs for the winner of this race. We'll soon know who will get that chance. Who got the next command BUS? It's number 8, that's who. He also really needs help. Now catching up to number 7. Right now though, it's number 1 and number 2 who really need help still. I think one of them might need a speedbus. Which one of them will get some help? It's number 2 who got it. That makes his second speedbus of the race, and he will be pulling number 1 in the dust for dead meat. Meanwhile, Chao Racing will score less, but he will still have a commanding lead over Chris Monagos. Will he hold on for the victory? We'll find out soon enough. Back to number 2. Once again, he leads number 1 in the dust. Poor number 1 is getting left behind out of number 2 has got back-to-back spears. He is going to be busy in crawling up the wall, folks. And number 7 and 8 are both going to rest. That means number 2 will come in and lead over the 4th of the Chao, and number 1 will move out a couple places, as number 8 will have the next command BUS, try desperately to stay alive in the game. And it looks like Chao Racing is going to hold on pit stick Chris Monagos for the victory. Chao Racing holds on Chris Monagos to earn a playoff spot in the 2019 playoffs. Thanks everyone for all your support, and congratulations to Chao Racing and his fans on the job well done. As number 2 will close out his BUS, leaving the others to Chao in the dust. So we'll see Chao Racing and his fans next week for the 2019 playoffs. That's right, congratulations to him, and there's more time coming up. Do not go away. Alright, welcome back to our season finale. It's time for race number 5 of the men's division. Yes, sir, it is. And for that race number 5 in the men's division, we have Carl Tanner, Tyler Folks, Bobby K, and Rusty Jackson from the Go-Getters 2.0 squad, who is going to end the season with a victory to close out the season. There's only one way to find out. Good luck to the next 4 superstars, and they're off and running. Let's find out who will come on top of this race as they fight one last time for the final time in the 64th season of Chao Racing USA. Right now, number 2 is going to rest, so he will be left behind the crowd. Yes, the one model we said each and every week throughout our 64th season of Chao Racing 2018 is plain and simple. Anything can happen. And right now, it looks like Leslie Instantly by Jackson is going to have full control on the lead. The other 3 Chao are dancing to the beat back in the park race. And who will get the first speedbus of this race? It's Carl Tanner who gets it. Right now, numbers 1 and 8 are both going to rest. So number 2 will have a little bit of catching up to do after winning best for a while. Right now, number 8 is heading for the water, and number 2 is heading for the water. Thus leaving number 1 over at the bridges fighting for dear life. Numbers 8 and 2 are heading for the water along with Tyler Folks. And who will have speedbus number 2? It's Rusty Jackington as he goes to rest, but now he has control of the lead. And not too far behind from him is the Bobby Mater, Bobby K. Quickly trying to make a rally to make a comeback here. trying to tailgate Rusty Jackington as they make their way towards the top of the hill. As the next one up will be made by Carl Turner, making his second speed boost in the race. Cody sitting in 4th place, battling with Tom folks. Right now, as we pass the 1 minute mark, number 1 is getting left behind on the competition. He's all alone in last place. Who's gonna get the next one? We're about to find out right now. It's number 7, who also really needs some help, battling with Carl Turner and number 2 for 5th place. Meanwhile, it looks like Bobby K is starting to feel the groove. He is tailgating Rusty Jackington. Will he come up on top? We'll soon know. Next PS belongs to number 1. He finally gets some help, but he's still way behind on the others. Carl Turner and number 2 are battling for the D-Life, as number 7 will get his second speed boost of the race. And down goes title folks. That's close. Number 1 is getting left behind still, and Carl Turner is going to rest, so he will be left behind as well. Looks like they're both going to hit the wall. So the next POS is going to be me at the top of the wall, and it's number 8 who will get the next command as POS. Bobby K was going to rest. Rusty Jackington trying to wrap things up. He is the first to approach the home stretch. And who will get the next one? It's Carl Turner. That makes his first speed boost of the race, but there's always next season, and right now number 8 is good rest. Alright, Rusty Jackington should come up on top. He is gonna win this one for sure. As number 1 still fighting for the D-Line with his second speed boost. Tally one up for Rusty Jackington, the Go-Getters 2.0. That's gonna be followed by Bobby K in second place. And we have just enough time for one more speed boost on this race, and it will be made by number 8, making his second speed boost for the race. Yeah, poor number 1 is going home empty-handed. He is singing the last place blues all the way in the back of the pack. Alright, Rusty Jackington comes on top. That's right, he finished the season with 9 wins, and there's more semi coming up after the break. Do not go away. Race number 6, and this one's very important. That's why it will feature Jeff Norris, Corey Sanchester, Buster Javo, and Garrett Dayton. It's a very important race for our last chance participant, Buster Javo. Buster has to win this race so that he can have a chance to qualify for the playoffs. Otherwise, he'll have to wait till next season. But I'm pretty sure he did a solid season so far. He'll definitely come back next season for sure. Let's see how he will fail in this game-changing race. Best go to the 4 players and please start the race. Alright, let's see if Buster Jumbo can qualify for the 2019 playoffs. He needs all his swimming ability to stay alive. And right now it is Corey Sanchester who's with us. So he'll be left behind on the competition for a while. The other 3 superstars are going to shake the palm trees to bring down that COVID-19 fruit. The fans on both sides of the stands are watching on the mic. And it's going to be Jeff Norris who is going to have command of the lead. Buster and Garrett are both dancing to the beat back in the palm trees. So right now Jeff Norris will have full control of this match. And Jeff Norris is going to be heading for the water. How long will his lead last? We'll soon know as the first superstar gets the best this time around. Is Corey Sanchester, who went to rest early on in the race. And right now, Buster Jabo and Garrett Dayton are making way towards water. Buster quickly making it to the other side of the water. And now he will gain some ground in the early run. And who has to be this number 2? It's going to be the Gunstop Master, Garrett Dayton. Uh-oh, did Corey Sanchester took a shortcut? I don't know. Right now, number 1 is getting left behind. But number 8 is the real deal who is way behind in the competition. But let's head back to Garrett Dayton. I think he's battling Buster Jumbo in second place, yeah? Guess who did took a shortcut? It's Corey Sanchester. He was sweeping from 1, but now he's trying to spoil Buster Jumbo's effort to make the playoffs with a shortcut scheme. What a deal. Who got the next POS? It's number 1, that's Sue. He desperately needs help, and he got it. And right now, number 2 pauses for 1, so he'll also be left behind the competition. By now, though, it is number 8 who really needs some help, and I mean now. But it's Garrett Dayton who will get number 10. That makes his first POS in the race. He currently sitting in second place ahead of Buster Jumbo behind our current leader, Corey Sanchester, after Corey took a shortcut. John Norris also joining the others in a hurry. Who is going to come on top? We'll find out soon enough. Next speedbus belongs to number 8, who desperately needs to catch up every now and then. And right now, Corey-san just is making his way towards the home stretch, trying to put an end to Buster Javo's run, and Gary Dayton's go to rest, and Buster Javo is responsible for it. As Gary Dayton will get another turn, that makes his 4th speedbus to the race, and right now, Buster Javo is go to rest, so he'll be left behind in the competition. It will be a miracle for Buster Javo to pay off his swimming ability. Will he? We'll find out soon enough. As number 1 takes the next speedbus, making his first speedbus race, Corey-san Chester ends Buster Javo season. Thanks, Buster Javo and your fans, for all your support you have yourself for me. As number 1 makes it 2 in a row, by 2 in a row to close out the race, and number 8 can just forget about this race. Alright, so Corey-san Chester gets the win. That's right, but I'm pretty sure we'll see Buster Javo next season. He did very well. Back for race number 7 after this. Alright, with 6 races down, we now head over to race number 7. It's also very important. That's why it will feature the Jersey Devil John Stevenson, Michael Clayton, Nick Gimmick, and the 2016 Rising Stars champion Joshua Salmon. Yeah, we heard that Michael Clayton is in the hunt for a last chance playoff spot as well. So if he wins tonight, he will have a spot in the 2019 playoffs. Let's see if Michael Clayton can complete his run towards a spot in the 2019 playoffs this season. Best luck to the next 4 superstars on the quest for victory, and let's have a Chao race! Okay, time for the next race, and these 4 Chao are off and running. It's been a blast having with our fans in the Mile High Mountains of Denver this week, as we cap off our 64th season here on Chao Racing 2018 and 2019. The 4 Chao are going to make their way towards the Coconut Fruit, and it looks like it's going to be 3 out of the 4 Chao who are going to be off and running, with Joshua Salmon, the 2016 Rising Stars champion, in the lead at the current one. As number 7 will get the first speedbus on the second half, and right now number 8, number 1 of the Silver Chao is going west, so he'll be left behind in the competition. And right now it is number 2, number 7, and Nick Gimmick, who are all going west. Now it means number 8 will have a little bit of catching up to do over at the bridges for the moment. And someone else is going to west as well, as Nick Gimmick, who is heading for the water after taking a nap, takes speedbus number 2 in this race. Right now it is Joshua Salmon who has the lead over the Jersey Devil John Stevenson. John Stevenson trying to rally to make a comeback here. And who will get the next command from us? It's number 8, not 2. Poor number 2 is getting left behind in the competition. He's getting left behind from the others in a hurry. We are passing the 1 minute mark of this race, as we head back into number 8, who currently is number 7 in the dust. Meanwhile, Joshua Salmon trying to defend the lead over John Stevenson, who is rapidly catching up to him in a hurry. And number 8 will get a 3rd consecutive speedbus, now catching up to number 1 for the lead over the 4 Silver Chao. And right now, all the way in the back, number 2 Transform Boy. He is fighting with number 7 for dear life. I do believe one of them is going to have to get a speedbus to get back in this one, and it's going to be number 7 who will get that speedbus, thus leaving number 2 in dead meat. And back in front, Joshua Salmon is reaching the top of the wall. John Stevenson will join him momentarily. Who is going to wind up with the win? Michael Clayton also joining Joshua Salmon. We'll find out soon enough who wins this one. Next PS belongs to number 2, who desperately needs to catch up every now and then. Now trying to catch up to number 7 again. Joshua Salmon is getting tailgated by both Michael Clayton and the Jersey Devil John Stevenson. And look at this, Nick Gimmick also wants to join the wall with the next command speedbus. That makes his 2nd speedbus to the race, but I think he is going to wind him in 3rd place. John Stevenson made the pass from Joshua Salmon, yeah? As number 7 takes the next speedbus, John Stevenson is going to end the season with 9 wins. The Jersey Devil John Stevenson ends his 2018 season strong over Joshua Salmon and Nick Gimmick. As number 2 will close up because still fighting to stay alive. Alright, so John Stevenson made a comeback. That's right, he made a deal from Joshua Samoy, and he finishes with 9 wins. Lots more fun after this announcement. Stay tuned. And now, it's simple enough, race number 8 of our season finale. You got it, it'll feature Raymond Hill, Ran Chante, Ralph Dennis, and JJ Nehemiah. Raymond Hill currently sitting as the number 2 seed with a record of 15 wins and 9 losses after 24 races. Let's see what happens here. Everyone is on the clock, so without further ado, best luck to the next 4 superstars one last time this season. Please start the race! Okay, who is going to be coming on top this time? We'll find out soon enough. The 4th John making their way towards the palm trees. And it looks like JJ Nehemiah taunts for a moment, trying to get some attention, trying to pick up his noggin a little bit. The other 3 John are going to eat the fruit, and they're gobbling up on the gold coconuts, and they're off and running. Raymond Hill going leading over Ralph Dennis by a short distance. Raymond Chante right on the 10th and 3rd place. And it looks like Raymond Hill and Raymond Chante are both heading for the water. JJ Nehemiah also heading for the water as the first superstar gets beat is number 1, who wakes up from his nap, and now he's trying to be number 1 in the dust. Number 8 is getting left behind in the competition after number 1 took the with dust. He'll take Speedbus number 2 in this race, trying to stay alive in the game. And look who took a shortcut. Yep, Raymond Hill has took a shortcut. Now he will have a commanding lead over his opponents in the hurry. Well played by Raymond Hill so far in this race. As we head back into number 8. He is about to pass number 2 for 6th place in the count 1. Right now, it is JJ Nehemiah who is in 2nd place. Raymond Chante rapidly catching up to him in the hurry. But right now, all eyes are on number 8 as he gets a 3rd consecutive speed buzz as we pass the 1 minute mark, trying to lead over the 4th switch on the back. Raymond Hill up in the very front is going to rest, but he will still have a commanding lead over his opponents. He should be able to win this one easily. I think he's going to win this one for sure. No doubt about it. Next PS belongs to Ralph Dennis. He was a little bit disappointed about missing out on the tag team playoffs. But it's always next season, especially for his tag team. Right now, the other 2 are getting left behind in the competition. And number 1 taunts for a moment. As the next PS we made by number 7, who's trying to lead over the 4th of a Chao. And that was a good speed bus right there. I do believe he got all of that one. Raymond Hill is safely on home stretch with no opponents to worry about. As number 2 will get the next command speed bus, trying to lead number 1 in the dust. Number 1 is getting left behind in the competition like always. The 4th of a Chao are climbing up the wall all the way in the back, trying to maintain some ground in the early run. And Raymond Hill wins it. As number 8, well, the next class, yes. Raymond Hill finishes the season with 16 wins over 25 races he has. So he's locked in the number 2 seed for now, but maybe he'll have the number 1 seed. We'll find out in tomorrow night's taping. And we have just enough time for one more speed bus on this race, and it'll be made by number 1, who is trying desperately to get back in this one out of being left behind in the competition. Alright, so Raymond Hill wins this one. That's right, look forward to seeing him in the playoffs no matter where he stands in the final rankings. One more exciting action after this, so stay tuned. Keep it up with Chao Racing 2018 and 2019. Alright everybody, still to come, Stealing Man, the Iron Savviest Warrior, is going for his 3rd and final superstar of the week. Yep. Plus, earlier, we'll find out if F1 Kingsley will have the number 1 seed in the 2019 individual playoffs. But now it's time for race number 9. And for race number 9, we have Adrian Jetta, Arbor Jones, Max Delac Sandsberg, and Ricky Nelson from the Go Getters 2.0 squad. Let's look at the lineup for this next race. Everyone is showing having a blast to in Denver, Colorado to close on the 64 season. Let's make this one even better. Everyone's on the clock, and please start the race! Here we go with race number 9 on Wednesday night's taping here on Chao Racing 2018 in 2019. And right now, number 7 is going to rest, so he will be left behind in the crowd. And number 8 is also going to rest. Meanwhile, number 2 pauses for more and trying to get some attention here. The 4 Chao are going to eat the food, and it looks like Ricky Nelson is dancing to the beat. That means the other 3 Chao will be making their way towards the bridges of the OE1. Adrian and Max are bowing up in the very front, Arbitrar's trying to keep up with the pace, and it looks like Max Sandsberg is going to be heading for the water. As the first superstar gets beat is Ricky Nelson, who now needs a lot of catching up to do. And right now, number 7 heads for the water, and 1 of the 7 Chao taunts for one. Number 7 trying to gain some ground after going to rest for a while. Number 7 doesn't want to be left behind the competition, and it's Adrian Regina who has speed as number 2 in his face. He currently sits in 2nd place. Max Sandsberg has a commanding lead up in the very front. Now he's making his way towards the sapphire portion of the Emerald course. And as we approach the 1 minute mark, Ricky Nelson gets number 2, and that makes his 2nd speed boost to the base, trying not to fall back in the water, and he maintains the ground. Right now, number 2 is getting left behind in the competition all the way and back. Number 1 seems like he's also left behind in the competition, but it's number 8 who leads the 2 Chao in the dust for the moment with the next command speeders. Meanwhile, Max Sandsberg is showing having a great time, dominating over Adrian and Jenna at the common one. And who got the next one? It's number 1, Natsu. He desperately needs to catch up every now and then. Right now, though, it's number 2 who really needs some help every now and then. He might need a couple of speed runs if he wants to get back in this one, but it's Ricky Nelson who will get his first speed boost of the race, sitting in 3rd place. Max Sandsberg has reached the top of the wall, and he's going to try to get his attention here. That means Adrian will have the privilege to catch up to him, and he's going to rest. Max Sandsberg's going to win this one. Next piece belongs to number 2, who now he really needs help, and he got it. And now Max Sandsberg's getting tailgated by Ricky Nelson as he approaches the home stretch. Max Sandsberg trying to defend the lead over at the home stretch, as number 7, who leads over the 4 Super Chao, takes the next command speed bus. And right now, Max Sandsberg has his face all wrapped up, ladies and gentlemen. Ricky Nelson won't have enough distance to catch up to him in time, as number 1 takes his 2nd speed bus to the base. Max Sandsberg holds on Ricky Nelson for the victory. So he ends the season with 9 wins, hopefully to come back next year for Chao Racing 2019. Well done. Numbers 2 and 8 both have no hope for surviving whatsoever, as number 1, who leads the 2 Chao in the dust, is the closest one out with back-to-back spears. Yep, number 8 can just forget about this space. And Max Sandsberg can celebrate. That's right, but did he have enough wins to stay alive for 1 more season? We'll soon know. Back in a bit, do not go away. Alright, Paul, time for race number 10. It will be Dave Miller of the Miller Trainers, Alhian Sr. of the Steel Drive, Luke Green, and the computer wizard Peter Foles. Alright, so Dave Miller is expected to make the playoffs. We'll soon find out which seed he'll represent after this race. That's luck to the next 4 superstars, and let's rock this place. Alright, who is going to come on top? We'll soon know. And it looks like Dave Miller is going to rest. That means he'll be left behind on the competition for a while. The other 3 superstars are going to make their way towards the pond race, and it looks like number 7 and 8 are also going to rest. So these 2 will join Dave Miller and Foot Life all the way in the back. Right now, Alhian Sr., Luke, and Peter are going to eat the fruit. And there goes Peter Foles. He is going to have coming on the way up in the front. Number 1 right on the tail in 2nd place, and Luke Green not too far behind in 3rd place. And who got the only toss? It's Alhian Sr. He doesn't need to go to rest. He keeps on going. And right now, Dave Miller might need a miracle to get back in this one, And so is number 2, who is in dead meat in last place, all the way in the backpack. Number 2 is expected to take the water, trying to maintain the ground, and out here Senior took a shortcut. Great strategy by Out here Senior, as Peter Falls will take Speedwest number 2 in this phase. Out here Senior made the impossible. He flew enough distance to make the hill, and thus he now has the lead over the clearest of Peter Falls. After having just 4 wins for the entire season, he might as well finally get his 5th win of the season. Not probably gonna come in next season, but definitely on a future season for sure. We're approaching 1 minute mark, and it is number 1 who will have the next command SBS, currently leading over the force with Chao in 4th place, or Valley with Dave Mill for 4th place. Number 8 is getting left behind in the competition. Numbers 2 and 7 who are battling for 6th place also really needs help, and I mean now. But who really got the next command SBS? It's Dave Miller, not 2. Well, it doesn't matter, he should be able to make the playoffs nevertheless. Peter Falls might need a miracle if he wants to catch up to Out here Senior in time. Will he spoil Out here Senior's shortcut scheme? We'll find out soon enough as they make their way to past the waterfall. Next PS belongs to number 7. Now he has command of the lead over number 1. Poor number 8 meanwhile still really needs a speed bus, but he is going to hit the wall first. So it's Luke Green who has the next command, and he can't forget about going to rest. He is better to make the pass from sleeping Dave Miller, who is going to rest. But I think Peter Falls won't have enough distance to catch up to Out here Senior in time. Yep. As Luke Green takes back-to-back speedruns heading into the water, Out here Senior is going to get the job done this week. Out here Senior records his 5th win to end his 2018-2019 season. He wins the battle with Peter Falls with that shortcut. What a deal. As number 8, who desperately needs to catch up every now and then, takes the next command. Yes, Peter Falls will come in 2nd place. Luke Green will come in 3rd place. And number 8 will make it 2 in a row, 2 in a row to finish off the race. Number 2 can just forget about this race. And Out here Senior can celebrate. That's right, this week he can celebrate. Look forward to seeing him on a future season of Chao Racing pretty soon. Maybe 2020, we'll soon know. Back in a bit, do not go away! Alright fans, this is very important for our current leader. That's right, Brandon. For race number 11, we have Fred Harrison, the Holodeck Master F1 Kingsley, who is the current leader at 16 wins and 8 losses, along with Frank Fernataro and the Southern License to Drive Alien Jr. If F1 Kingsley wins this race, he will have the number 1 seed for the 2019 playoffs. Anyone else who beats F1 Kingsley will make Raymond Hill the number 1 seed. So let's determine the number 1 seed in this race. Everyone is on the clock. And please start the birds! And our here Jr. is good rest. So let's watch Fred, F1, and Frank. These 3 will have control of the opening edge. We'll soon find out which one of them will pay off or not in the early run. Right now, these 3 Chao are going to check the palm trees to bring down the coconut-shaped fruit. And now they're going to eat the fruit. And it looks like Frank Fernataro is going to have the upper hand. F1 and Fred are both dancing to the beat. So Frank Fernataro will have control of the lead early on in the race, and it looks like he's going to be heading for the water. As the son of the License to Drive, Out here Jr. wins the only dog this time around, he's also heading for the water at the Cameron, and right now number 2 is going to rest all the way in the back. And so is number 1. Number 1 is expected to take the water. That means number 2 will have to deal with him all the way back. As the Holodeck Master F1 Kingsley, trying desperately to get the number 1 seed this season, while Speed is number 2 in this race, he should have 2nd place in the Cameron. Frank Fernataro has that commandingly thanks to his upper hand strategy after the other 2 dance to the beat. And who got the next one? It is number 2. He really needs help and he got it. Now he'll battle with number 7 for survival. F1 Kingsley really wanted that number 1 seed, but he's going to need a lot of catching up to Frank Fernataro if he wants to get that chance in a hurry. We passed the 1 minute mark in this race. As the next BS way made by number 8, who is trying to read numbers 2 and 7 does. And look at this. Frank Fernataro is going to rest. That means F1 Kingsley will have the privilege to battle with him for the lead up in the front. Now F1 Kingsley is right on his tail at the Frank on top of the rest. Will F1 Kingsley make the pass? We'll find out soon enough. Next BS belongs to number 1. That's Albie Jr. pauses for 1. So now he'll battle with Albie Jr. for 4th place. Point number 2, meanwhile, is getting left behind still. He's winning a couple more speed bumps, and this is one of them. That makes his 2nd speed bump to the base. And right now it looks like F1 Kingsley is with us. That means Frank Fanatal will have command of the lead for the 2nd time in this race. Fred Harrison will have to push to move up to 2nd place at the current moment. And who will get the next command speed bumps? It's Albie Jr. That makes his 2nd speed bump to the race. And he was going to rest for a while. I highly thought he'll make a miracle comeback. Looks like Frank Fanatal will defend the lead this time. F1 Kingsley will have it up. This is a catch up to Frank Fanatal in time. As number 7 takes the next speed bumps, Frank Fanatal beats out F1 Kingsley to win this race. That means Raymond Hill will have the number 1 seed in the 2019 playoffs. Don't worry, F1 Kingsley is still in it. Let's find out where he will be in the next race. And we have just enough time for 1 more speed bump on this race, and we may by number 8. Alright, so congratulations to Raymond Hill on pushing the number 1 seed, and to Frank Fanatal for beating F1 Kingsley in this race. That's why Steve Wegmans on running in the main event, and won't present it right away, but first let's hear one from this. Alright, Paul, it's time for the final main event of our 64th season here on Chao Racing 2018. That's right, we had a blast having a lot of fun for these past 24 weeks, and now it all comes down to this. It's our returning champions, Stealing Math on the Lucky Orange, against Zach Olson, Gary Coles, and Glenn Murray. And this week's main event is presented by Dunkin' Donuts, the executive power partner of Chao Racing 2018. During the past 24 weeks, Dunkin' Donuts has donated an estimated $4 million even. So thanks to all the support from the Dunkin' Donuts staff and customers for being with us here on Chao Racing 2018. And good luck to the final 4 participants this week. Everyone's on the clock, and let's have a Chao race! And Glenn Murray is the rest. That means Steve, Zach, and Gary will have the opening edge up in the front as the 4th Chao make their way towards parties. And throughout the season finale, all the staff gave out 3 samples from the Dunkin' Donuts restaurants, including bagels and donuts. My favorite is French curl, of course, and ChaoEmperor likes it too. Well, anyway, back to this race, and it looks like Steve, Zach, and Gary are all dancing to the beat. And number 2 is going to rest as the first superstar gets beat us. On week 24's main event presented by our executive power partner Dunkin' Donuts, it's number 7. And he is better to leave Glenn Murray and number 1 in us. Glenn Murray was dancing to the beat, and number 1 is going to rest. So number 1 and Glenn Murray will both be left behind in the competition. And right now, number 2 pauses for a moment, so he'll also be left behind. Right now, Glenn Murray is better to take the water, as number 1, who is fighting for its life all the way in the bridges, takes Beavis number 2 this race, and look at this! Guess who took a shortcut? It's Zach Olson! With a win tonight, he should be able to clinch the 5th seed in the 2019 playoffs. He currently sits at number 6, but I think he's going to move up to number 5 in the playoffs. Yep. As the next BS win made by number 2, who is trying to catch up with number 1 for 6th place. Stealing Man better hurry up. He doesn't want to be spoiled from a number 2 seed this year. But he'll still be able to make the playoffs no matter what happens. We passed the 1-minute mark, and who got the next command SPS? It's number 8, who leads over the 4th Civic Chao in 5th place. He leads the Civic Chao fighting for dear life, including number 7, who now is in last place behind numbers 1 and 2, battling for 6th place. Number 7 is getting left behind for numbers 1 and 2, and down goes number 2, almost running off course. And who got the next one? It's Glenn Murray, trying to get to a 2nd chance to reach the World Championship. He's expected to make the playoffs, no doubt about that. But it's Zach Olson who is going to get the win this week. He is going to lead the other competitors in the dust. He's better to take number 5 seed with the win tonight. Next BS belongs to number 7, who leads number 1 in dust. And right now, Zach Austin is making his way towards the finish line. And he is going to lead Week 24 Superstar Week with that win. As number 2 takes the next speed buzz, Zach Austin wins the final main event of the 64th season of Chao Racing. He will have the number 5 seed in the playoffs. That means F.I. Kingsley will take control of the number 2 seed despite his loss earlier in the race. Well done. As number 1, who desperately needs to catch up every now and then, takes the next speed buzz, Steve Wingman will have to settle for the number 3 seed. Glenn Murray will have to settle for 4th, but he'll still be able to have a chance to make the championship. And number 1 will get back-to-back speed buzz, and that is going to ruin. He leads numbers 2 and 7 in the dust. Alright, so thanks to everyone for supporting our season finale main event presented by Dunkin' Donuts this week. Congratulations to Zach Austin. We'll reveal the official player rankings in a moment after we hear a word from this.